Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your weekly reading for March 16th to the 22nd. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and we are going to jump right in. Aquarius, this is a week. This is a week. And as I said in your March monthly forecast, there's going to be a strong concentration of planets in a small pie slice of the sky. And this week, we do have the Sun, Mercury, Mars, and the Moon in Pisces. That rules your second house of finances and money, as well as another stellium in Aries, very fiery Aries, including the Sun, Venus, Neptune, Saturn, the Moon. I mean, and stellium means three or more planets. So there's got to be a lot of activity with the money, finances, possibly relationships, work definitely going to be thrown in here, as well as communication. All right, and we'll walk through this, but I want you to think about the energies that have been influencing your life just this past month, even from March 1st. Yeah, there's been a lot of activity in these two areas of your life, and you're definitely going to feel this enormous shift this week. Okay, you're likely going to feel a little bit restless. You're going to be ready to conquer as a spiritual warrior. The second half of March is definitely a lot more active than the first half, but and all the planets are going to be direct. You see Mercury officially going direct. That's going to be until May. So there's so much more momentum, and all the planets are just one by one. They're going to be leaving Pisces, which represents endings, then moving into Aries, meaning, that Aries energy is just so spirited. You're going to be fired up and definitely ambitious, because Aries energy is just all or nothing for your goals and your dreams and, of course, your destiny, because Tuesday, March 17th, we do have Mercury conjunct the North Node in Pisces at 8 degrees. Now, happy St. Patrick's Day. You're still feeling, by the way, over the weekend, remember we had Mercury conjunct Mars in Pisces. You're going to feel that spill over into this week. Mercury being the planet of communication, the mind, writing, speaking, negotiating, is meeting up with the North Node again. They're having a conversation about you, your mission statement, your purpose, your destiny. But this conversation, you probably already know. You probably have an idea what they're discussing, because Mercury met with a North Node of fate at 8 degrees on February 12th. And I did say in your monthly forecast, pay attention to what happens around February 12th, because something from around that time is going to resurface now. All right. As a resolution or a revelation, maybe a little bit more review. But again, this is your second house, has a lot to do with your finances. The second house is your earning potential. It's also self-worth, the things that you value. There's even material possessions. So there may be something, around this time, like news that you receive, or you might make an announcement. You could also have like a fated conversation. Pisces energy, remember, that's dreams. Pay attention to your dreams. You might be getting messages through your dreams. And because Mercury, has been retrograde, circumstances, events, people from your past resurface. So if you've been avoiding someone, or just kind of, avoiding certain circumstances, maybe even paperwork, it's gonna show up now. And it's not even a bad thing. It's just, it's your second house. So if you, let's say, applied for a job, for instance, around February 12th, and you didn't hear anything back, you might now. All right. Now, this is really good because it's happening right at the time of the new moon in Pisces on Wednesday, March 18th. And so that's going to be at 28 degrees. We've had all these late degree new moons. Truly, endings, new beginnings. This is one of my favorite new moons of the year. It's so nice. I think you're really going to like it because it is in your second house of money. There's money matters here, but also it's Jupiter ruled. So, such a great new moon. Remember, Pisces is the end. Okay. So, it being a new moon, this is the beginning of the end. There's a new storyline happening for you in your second house of, again, finances and your values and your sense of self worth and self value as well. This is there's it looks like a lot of y'all are gonna get new jobs. It really could also be new assignments. If you're like a freelancer, maybe new clients. Maybe you start your own thing. We'll talk about all this Aries energy in a second, but this is just a magical new moon, and both Pisces and the moon represent the subconscious, which governs intuition and emotions, creativity, learned behavior. So Pisces energy lets you dream big. Okay? It's up to you to make it all real. And so that's really important. The subconscious to the subconscious, like unrooting things, bringing them up. This is one where you just want to put your energy out there into the ether, speak the words that are going to define this next big thing for you. And this, I mean, literally reprograms your mind, especially with like affirmations, repetition, inspired action. So none of that will work if you don't have belief, right? You have to have that self-belief. And the fact that this new moon is in your second house, you have to have strong belief. You have to believe in yourself, okay? This new moon is perfect for creating this new reality that you deserve. Yeah. And the fact that you've got the sun sextile Uranus that same day, this only happens a couple times a year. But Uranus is leaving Taurus next month, moving into Gemini. That is a huge game changer. Huge game changer. With Uranus out of your fourth house. It's been there since 2018. We've talked about this. You moved a lot since 2018. Maybe twice or three times. Like I moved three times. I'm an Aquarius. If you're new to my channel, I'm an Aquarius. Just like y'all, we are Team Aquarius. But yeah, so this is the last time we'll ever have the Sun in Pisces sextile Uranus and Taurus. It's pretty baked into this new moon, and it's actually really great. Sextiles are windows of opportunity, and it's the Sun, this life force, your identity, just everything that the Sun is doing for you here. Sun being optimism and connecting with Uranus again, and this harmonious aspect, and Uranus being your ruler, planet of surprises, innovation, liberation, freedom, breakthroughs, awakenings. Like you could feel really stimulated. Okay. And yes, there could be some, activity on the home front, home and family, significant other, parents, grandparents, children, even real estate. Yep. There may be some of y'all that are truly moving again, or maybe even buying property. Maybe selling property as well. Maybe with everything that's happening for you, I wouldn't be surprised if you start an Airbnb or things like that, right? But again, the big focus here is money for you, okay? Because Taurus, sure, it rules your fourth house, but Taurus is the finance sign. So you do have the Sun in Pisces in your second house, finances. That's going to be sextiling Uranus, your ruler, in Taurus, the finance sign. So you see how there are some money matters here for you, okay? And even relationships, I said, and with Mercury and the North Node in the mix, and the Sun, which remember optimism, confidence, hope. There is something fated with this new moon, and Uranus being unpredictable. With this new moon, the delivery, the things that are, manifested, I mean, they could come in ways that you never expect or never assumed. And you might do something unconventional too. Remember, Uranus wants you to shake things up and think outside the box while being your authentic self. So set intentions, put wheels in motion, Dream big. Trust the process. You'll be fine. You'll be good. You'll be good. You'll be great. Venus will square Jupiter, by the way, on this day, too. It's the only square we have this month, and it's not, I mean, it's a two benefics, right? And so the only thing is like just find the right amount of what brings you pleasure in your daily activities, in love and relationships, as well as money and home and family. All right. Now, the last thing about this new moon, we have a minor grand trine. All right. That's going to be the new moon. That's going to sextile Uranus and Taurus, and Juno in Capricorn, and Uranus will trine Juno. Okay. And so honestly, this new moon is like a portal, all right? And we'll talk about the minor grand trine in the second spread where we talk about asteroids like Juno, lunations, but just know when you've got this, I mean, all of astrology is sacred geometry, right? But this is just really nice. If you are a cross watcher, if you watch for a rising sign or your moon, or for your stepbrother, your boss, your postman, your husband, doesn't matter. Mutable signs: Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. I am going to throw in Cancer and Scorpio as well. We'll feel this the most, okay? And if you know your natal chart, if you have any planets 25 to 29 degrees in any of the mutable signs, well, those planets are going to be aspected by the new moon. Like, you're really going to feel this. Okay. Now, Thursday, March 19th. No, where are we? We were on Friday, March 20th. A loaded day. Okay. This is big. You're going to feel a lot of energy around this day because this is like it is a mini reset. But honestly, this is where you really kind of start feeling that new era, just you really acclimating to the new era, your new you. You have Mercury going direct, no longer retrograde, meaning all planets at this point officially direct. Yeah. There's your momentum. And then you have the sun in Aries. The sun is exalted in Aries, meaning he does his best for you out of all the signs. And so, yeah, we're moving into Aries season and the real new year, which I explained in your monthly forecast. The equinox, happy spring, happy fall if you're in the southern hemisphere. The equinox, which, when day and night are perfectly balanced, celebrated for thousands of years by ancient cultures. Many, that's how it has balance between opposites, right? Like light and dark and life and death. And, the great Sphinx faces due east directly into the rising equinox sun, and Stonehenge and other megalithic sites, calibrated equinox alignments. And the reason I'm saying this is because the equinox, the real new year, was sacred. It was meaningful. It represented this cosmic balance, new cycles, a new timeline, and one that we have never experienced this time around with the sun, Neptune, Saturn, Venus, Chiron, Eris, and the moon, all in Aries, with all planets direct. And again, Aries rules your third house. So you are going to be networking. You are going to be communicating. Third house is communication, but it's also, your local community. There could be a lot of emphasis there, a lot of family energy, like siblings, distant relatives. There may be some activity with neighbors. Yep, I already have it. My neighbor upstairs, who I love, is moving. So there could be all this activity around you, but think about the third house. When I say communication, yes, that's so broad. So think of it as more like writing and reporting, even speaking. This is you becoming a thought leader. It's the third house rules the internet. So online things, you could be taking a course, you could be starting your own online course, Social media is part of the third house. And so is just, branding yourself. Okay. Like PR and marketing and advertising, as well as just launching new things. So you're going to have so much emphasis here for many years with Saturn here for, until 2028, but definitely Aries season. Okay. And so everything that you released or reevaluated or even experienced since the lunar eclipse on March 3rd, they all brought you to this moment. Remember, this is a 0 degree, the Aries point, and the equinox. This is the beginning of all beginnings. So there's your little reset, because this day is when everything comes to life around this time. Yeah, including you, because the equinox is renewal. It is rise of energy. So you will feel this rush, this fire in your belly. It's Aries energy. You'll feel this confidence, with even like new perspective, especially through the weekend. I mean, you have an enormous concentration of planets saying, I got you. Yeah, they're all supportive. This is go big or go home energy. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Remember, Aries is the I am of the zodiac. This matters because everything is neutral. That's why polarity exists. So I am gives you power to choose your perception of reality, how you face challenges, speaking and believing any affirmations that you choose for yourself. I am fearless. I am amazing. I am courageous. This is all about you, okay? And it's go time. It's, next 4 weeks in Aries season with just so many planets here. So don't live a little, live a lot. This is all about moving forward, embracing this energetic, entrepreneurial, pioneering spirit. You're gonna be doing some things, right? You're getting a bigger platform. It's like you have the megaphone now. Okay? Thought leader. And then Saturday, this is big, okay? You've got on Saturday, March 21st, Mars in Pisces will trine Jupiter in Cancer. So, 15 degrees. One of the best days of the year. One of the best aspects, one of my favorite aspects of all time. You've got Mars, the planet of action, in Jupiter's sign, okay? And so there's nice reception here. And this just really doubles down on finances for you, okay? And it's happening just days after the new moon. So the new moon says, make a wish, right? Set your intentions. Mars trine Jupiter says, we're going to make that wish happen. And Mars, which gives you drive and determination that you're going to feel, you just absorb that energy, is with an exalted Jupiter, Jove, who helps expand and, bring luck and abundance and wisdom and profit, right? Because there's just so much energy there. Jupiter, by the way, in Cancer, that is your 6th house. And so that's your daily activities and routines and work. Your, responsibilities, your duties when it comes to work. There's, just think of the work environment, like colleagues, employees, interns, whatever. They're all in the mix here. And so this is, wow, you could be getting more assignments or clients or there's growth with Jupiter, as you know. And Jupiter hasn't been in Cancer since 2014. So we haven't seen this combo in 12 years. You are going to feel strongly supported. So please just be open to opportunity, all right? Because what you seek is seeking you. You just got to connect. And it will be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and I'm throwing in the Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. That will feel this trend the most. If you have any planets 12 to 18 degrees in the water signs, like you're really gonna feel it. Okay. Now, you're also likely gonna have a lot of energy in home. Okay. Over the weekend. The moon will be in Taurus all weekend, and the moon is exalted in Taurus. So not only home, but remember what I said earlier, Taurus is the finance sign. And so you're just gonna there's money stuff for you this week. All right. Last thing, not on the whiteboard. I was gonna talk about this next week, but it's such a strong aspect. You will feel it over the weekend. So I want you to take advantage of it. On Sunday, March 22nd, we will have the sun conjunct Neptune, okay? In Aries, 2 degrees. This is the first time since 1861. So nobody on this planet has experienced this unless you're, a vampire, a zombie. Anyway, this is Transcendent. This is peak cinema. I got that from Survivor. Are you watching it? Rizzo? Yeah. The Riz God. Listen, the sun is this big life force energy. As you know, it amplifies the energies of Neptune, which is inspiration, creativity, spirituality, the arts. So this essentially is merging your, you and your personality with your, spiritual identity, all of that. Like this is, like I said, gonna feel transcendent. It's soulful. It's all about your vision as a visionary. So visualize. Neptune is visual. Think, art and cinematography and photography. That's all Neptune. Yeah. And so I always say visualize, right? Visualization activates these, new neural pathways in your brain. It's literal neuroscience. That's why I always say work on a vision board. Do a vision board. They work. They work in ways you would never believe. Okay? You're also likely going to get some downloads. You're going to have some creative breakthroughs. This is happening in Aries. That's your third house of the mind. Yeah. So if you're an artist, you're going to be in the zone. Okay. This weekend, Neptune also rules music. And remember, sound is vibration. It's healing. So play music that inspires you. But, for every sign, there will be a little bit of really seeking what's truly meaningful to you, okay? Your spiritual purpose. And remember, Neptune is in Aries now for, 14 years. That's that visionary leader, spiritual warrior archetype. So just know your quest, know your vision, connect with the divine within you, and go forth. Just be inspired, okay? And it will be the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and you, that feel this the most. If you have any planets 0 to 4 degrees in any of the fire signs, you're really going to feel it. So let's get started. Let's see what's going on for you, Aquarius. Team Aquarius for March 15th to the 22nd. Aquarius, come on. Let's do this. I'm excited. I'm excited to see. I think that you're really going to like this week. I really do. This is going to be a really big week. We will have a Saturn Kazemi next week, which we'll talk about next week. But there is something big brewing for you. All right. I do a traditional Celtic cross spread, offers the best overview, especially for a weekly reading. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will. Secondly, Aquarius, I love you. I am a little under the weather. I said that in a little Instagram thing. So thank you for being patient with me while I recover. But let's see what's going on. You're gonna get the. Mm, 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 mm. Very nice, very nice. You're good. Wow. Mm. I like. Yeah. You're not messing around, is all I'm saying, and you're being rewarded. You're being rewarded this week. Okay. Yeah, the Seven of Wands. That's fine. That's great. The stand your ground. Stand your ground. Don't let anyone come after you or pull you into any low energy frequency. This card is all about valor, right? It's also drawing a line in the sand. When you've got and you've had so much energy in your second house of, remember, self-worth, self-value, that, confidence. Oh yeah, you're going to be good. You're going to be good. So there could be some, spirited competition. There could be some things where people, they want what you got because you're ascending, right? So just continue to be you, okay? Just continue to stand your ground for anything that you believe in, and you really will be rewarded. I mean, you have that Nine of Pentacles in the heart of your spread, and so yeah, you're good. The Nine of Pentacles. You see the symbol of Venus all over her gown. Venus, that represents not only love and relationships, but also money. You see the pentacles. I mean, you're good. Remember, I said big money energy this week. This is someone who's earned her spot here. She's worked really hard. Okay, and as she's reaping her rewards, there's a lot of enlightenment here. Also, there is a sense of like self-sufficiency. Yeah, like I did this. I got myself here. It always it always feels better when you receive something that you worked for, right? Rather than like just things being handed to you. There's this that's what I'm talking about with like that self-worth. Like I can do this. I did this. So this is really great. If you are, Nine of Pentacles is a really big signature for, retirement. So if you're, and that involves money as well, but if you're moving in that direction, things look really good. You do have that Page of Swords in your challenge area. And here's the thing. Just there may be some enthusiasm that you have this week with some new ideas, or maybe you did get a new job, you're in a new place, new way of thinking, right? There may be a little bit of just let's be a little mindful of the conversations that we have. Okay, he is a Page of Swords. He's new at this. He's new at the game, right? But he's still important. He's a page. He's still in the royal court, right? So just keep that in mind. That's the one thing that's coming through is like you could say some things that you're just like, I probably shouldn't have said that. And remember, Mercury is retrograde. A lot of y'all may have had those miscommunication moments like that. I don't know, delays. I went to an appointment that when I got there, it was scheduled, another day when it's the same day every week. So things like that. Like I could have been like, man, like Mercury's retrograde. Like I get it. And so now you know. Okay. Now the second thing is you might have a little bit of, a heated exchange with someone else who you may see not really at that maturity level of the subject that you're talking about. All right, whatever it is, whether it is relationship, work related, home related, it doesn't matter. There's just a little bit of like we need to talk, but let's make sure we're on the same page. literally, right? And we see eye to eye. Okay. Now you have that Ace of Wands in your crown. I mean, like you're receiving this week. You're gonna be like a brilliant ideas. You're gonna have some really great ideas. With your third house so activated, right? Remember, that's the mind, that's intellect, that's like processing things. But even with that Ace of Wands, wands are your passions. A lot of work related energy with the wands, profession, career. But during the week of a new moon, I mean, you do see the leaves sprouting from this wand. So it looks like there is something materializing for you, and it's really really great. Okay, because it's something that feels like, yes, this is my purpose. This is, now I have this clarity, and this thing is just gonna grow. And you have the Lovers and the root of your spread. So remember, I told you, you have the power to choose. You've got a lot of, and the Lovers really is more about commitments, like deep commitments. But at the end of the day, it is your choice where you want to move in, what direction you want to move in. And this doesn't have to be love. If you're not here for love, it can be career, it can be like business partner, it can be platonic, but it does feel like there is something really, really nice about this partnership that you do have, or this relationship where you can deepen that relationship through, your journey this week. And so I love this for you. The other thing I would say is, like, be open to it as well. Remember, you may have some opportunities that come about where in the past you may have been like, but now you might see things in a different way, right? And it may have to do with this, again, a commitment. It can be a contract, it can be marriage, it can be business partner, LLC, whatever it is. Yeah, you're fine because you have the Ace of Cups. So this is indicating that there may be something here more, work, business related. It doesn't rule out love in any way, but she and he, they are very independent, just like you, Aquarius. And so there's just something here that, with wands being your passions, but also work related, you have the Pentacles, you have that Ace of Cups in your future, and that Lovers and the Lovers. So it does look a little bit more career, profession, your passions, but that Ace of Cups is everything. You have two aces. Come on. Ace of Cups is, we call it the heart of tarot. I mean, it's the holy grail. This is your cup, not half full, but overflowing. And so this is nirvanic. This is a new beginning, a new journey, new process, new opportunity, tears of joy. So think about the last time something brought you so much joy, brought you to tears. Whether it was, getting proposed to, or getting married, or getting your dream job, or having a baby, all of those, like, you have another one coming. So you're really, really, really good here. Let's get to your stuff. With those two aces, the week of the new moon in Pisces, you can bet there's something that's just coming into existence. Aquarius, if you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, tell me what's going on, share all of that. Team Aquarius, I can't believe this. And I'm looking at, like, just wait until April. There's a lot happening. But again, this is an amazing week for you. All right, let's look at your stuff. Yeah. Okay. You're okay. You got the Magician. Do it. Go for it. Remember what I said earlier, right? All right. So just go forth. Just do it, right? The Magician is a card of action. This is the start of your new journey. It's card 1 in the Fool's journey, right? In the Major Arcana. He's got all tools of tarot at his disposal. Like he is manifesting, he is creating his reality. But remember what I said, you've got to have that belief, that self-belief. It's magic, right? It's the magician. You have to believe in magic. Magic is all around you. It's in the universe, it's in the ether, and you have to connect with it. And so, as above, so below. You're good. You're good. Just go forth. Go forth. Yeah, that Nine of Swords. Yeah. So, it's in your external factors area. It does look like, well, these are linked. And then, so it is just going to be, I think that there may be someone on your journey that it's almost like you're there's something you're doing in your life for someone, okay? Even without lovers here. So that's really great. There's that, selfless energy, which a lot of the aspects are requiring. Um, but yeah, it could even be there's a little bit of let's nip this in the bud. I don't want to move into this new journey, my new era, with just so much hanging over my head. So remember, it is kind of like this reset, rebirth moment with the equinox, and that's everything. Remember, the beginning of all beginnings. What do you not want to bring into this new journey that is taking up too much headspace? And for a lot of y'all, it's going to be someone else that may be feeling, you know, a little anxious and maybe disappointed that you're no longer moving on the same path together. And so remember, you just want to be very diplomatic about, conversations that you have this week. You do have a lot of power here. You also have the Page of Cups. I mean, this is just saying that you are going to be following your bliss, right? You are very curious. You're going to be doing new things with Uranus active. You're going to be thinking in new ways with your third house just completely, bananas. And so this is really great because this is more of that dreamer energy, and that's in the realm of Pisces. Yeah. This is heightened imagination, creativity, but it's also like a lot of passion because it's like, wearing your heart on your sleeve. But it is that page again. It's like turning a page, right? Turning a page, but one where it's just, you're going after your heart, what your heart desires. Yep. Because you can. And then, yeah, that Ten of Swords in your final outcome. And that's the end of it, right? That's the end of the end. 10 is the end of the suit, right? And then this is the card of New Dawn. You see the sun rising. Yeah. So there could be something this week where, yeah, you could be overthinking, overanalyzing. That's fine as long as there's something productive there and there's discharge, right? But at the same time, this is also saying anything that you went through on, throughout the month, when you get to this week, when you get to this point, yeah, all of that is ending. And there can be this sense of you recognizing whatever was really challenging, any conversations you had or within, relationships. It could have been hard. You could have felt that was like you were at the bottom, right? But it's, again, it's like everything's cyclical, and you may see it as this blessing in disguise because all it did was empower you, and you learned and you went through that experience, and now you're applying it on your journey forward, as in, that happened to me, I learned my lesson, everyone learned lessons, and I'm moving forward with those experiences to empower me to know that I'm never gonna, be in that situation again because I learned from it. I learned from it. I don't need to, right? And so you're really good. You're really good. Yeah, there may be some things that you may try not to like overthink things with these two aces. Look at you're gonna be fine. If there's anything, it's just like there may be someone that is pivotal in the changes you're going through, but it may be some conversations you might have, and it may even be you, and you again overthinking things. You don't want to do that this week, okay? Anyway, Aquarius, you're good. I'll clarify that one for you. Where are we? I'll clarify that. Ten of Swords, Aquarius, I got you. Team Aquarius, yeah, there you go. You have the Three of Pentacles, and so there's another card that's indicating new, right? Like new direction, but with other people. This is a card of teamwork, and it's a three. It's a vibration of the Empress, which is creation, and whatever you're creating, there's enthusiasm here. There's like, let's do this. We're working together. You see that stonemason, he cannot build this cathedral without the architects, and vice versa. So you're moving into a place where it's something new, but you do see the pentacles in the structure of the building. There's stability moving forward in this new capacity. And again, this is great because it just, again, that's what life is, the experiences we have. And sometimes they may be really challenging, but again, you're coming out of it and into that. You're good. Aquarius, thanks so much. Next week, we will talk about we have so much. Okay, so yeah, the Saturn Kazemi. Remember, Saturn is your traditional ruler. Like, you're really going to feel the Saturn energy in your third house. And the second spread, the bonus spread, we're going to do a spread just on the new moon. I want to isolate that and just see what you can expect with this new moon. We'll obviously talk about the minor grand trine with Juno and a couple other lunations. So tier 3 members, really good, and legendary members, thank you for being members. You know where to find the link. Anyone's welcome to join if you like this reading. It would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, tell me what is going on, Team Aquarius. You got two aces. I cannot, you're good. You're good. I'm excited for this new direction for you. All right. Thanks so much, Aquarius. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.